This is a gameplay video for my third-person camera and movement code I'm working on. And as you can see, you can turn out smoothly. And one of the main challenges is to smooth out the movement on staircases. Because in Quake only interpolates the movement, the step up movement when you are in first person. When you are in third person, it doesn't interpolate at all, and you just get the player magically teleporting from one step to the other step, and it's very, very distracting. So I will work on a solution to step up and step down smoothly without resorting to hacks such as making the staircase illusionary and putting a solid inclined ramp under it, because I don't want the player to slide down when he stops on a staircase. And one aspect of the code is that it only checks for steps in front of him. So if you are walking up and you try to walk down, you will fall. Maybe just like in real life, you can't moonwalk down a staircase. But when you are walking front, you can actually run as fast as you want without falling over. Because in Quake, when you walk downstairs, you don't actually walk down, you fall over. So you depend on the gravity. You need the gravity to put you down fast enough for you to not lose touch of the ground. So in this code here, I fixed that you can walk as fast as you want without never falling over, and with no need for any extra entities, no need for any hidden triggers or anything. The only thing I want to improve in it, and that I couldn't improve it enough, is to smooth out multiple steps. Here each looks quite smooth, but when you walk it, when the space between the steps is too wide, it ends up not interpolating enough. As you can see, each staircase here, I've made it with a different step width, each improving a little more to see what the limits would be. And here's a ramp. I just put this here to check out the sliding movement, but this section here where I am is not exactly at 45 degrees, but this section above is. And there's something I want to implement, that is to detect when the player is sliding down a steep ramp, so I can implement a sliding down animation. But the Quake engine, it doesn't provide any clues to the gameplay code as to where the player is sliding down or where he's just falling directly in midair. So this, as you can see, this point here, the ramp comes here, it crosses here. From this exact point, it becomes exactly 45 degree. Here I will put a very slightly less than 45 degrees, just to check out what are the limits of the friction and the floor detection. Here the engine still tells you that you are on the ground. But when you come here, the engine stops telling you that you are on the ground. So when you get here, you can't jump. You can't jump, you can't do anything other than pushing to the side. And as I understand, the only reason why you can walk up such ramps is because of air movement. Without air movement, the player would just fall down. So this is something that still has to be improved upon. And let's restart this because let's put a no target here. And this is some, as you can see, when you jump, the camera don't move up. And I've made this here because when you jump, I want the player to be able to still see the ground. He still needs to see what's on the ground when he's jumping. And the height of the jump is also much higher than in regular Quake. And now this is something I just implemented to see how fun it would be. That is instead of combining. I'm not thinking about implementing weapons and such things in this game, so I was looking more for an old school kind of combat, and I've come up with this. There is no damage actually being done here, so it's just for testing. And goodbye. And this is a series of walls. Each wall is 16 units higher than the previous, or 8 units, I don't remember exactly. I guess it's this one. Yeah, I guess it starts at 16. Well, something like that. Anyway, and this is also to test the smoothing out of stair steps. And this wall right here, there's a bug in it that the player should actually fall down instead of walking down this little wall. But the floor detection isn't working properly here, and he just teleports down immediately instead of interpolation. Well, it should either interpolate or fall down. And at this rate, since you can, my logic is, since you can walk up this, you shouldn't also be able to step down. You should just fall down. But sometimes you fall down, sometimes you don't. I still have to figure out what's happening here. And these others are just a series of challenges to test out a concept of increasing challenge. Each jump is a little more difficult. This one is easy. This one is a bit higher, but still is easy. And the wall right down here is just, it doesn't do any damage. It's just for a visual clue of the progression of the challenge. So you jump here, If you fall here, you still don't get any damage, but you have to go back to the beginning. So this is the last place where you can screw up your progress. If you fall down in the orders, you will be put back. And here, a little damage and more damage. Sometimes the camera do this thing of going down and going up. I'm not sure exactly why that's happening, and that's something that still has to be fixed. And here, when you touch the platform, the camera code automatically centers the camera on the player so you can see the edge of the platform so the player won't get obstructed. And here, every time you jump on a platform, the camera adjusts its rate. Except here. When you jump, sometimes the camera will move up slowly, sometimes it will move up faster. There's an automatic adjustment of the speed to match your movement. And here I was also experimenting with different distances and weights. Here you can fall down just by walking down the platforms. But on the right side, you must actually jump over the platforms to fall down. This on platform here is different because I still want to implement some other mechanics to the game, and there is no way to reach it. It's too far away. So it's something that hasn't been implemented yet. Here you can actually fall like this. So, and now to show a bit more about this camera system, it is not it's not a side-scrolling camera. It's not. It's actually a full third-person 3D camera system that actually adjusts to anything you want to do. Here's a map that my friend Adib Murad is working on for this with me. And here I can show you a little better the 3D aspect of the camera system. The main purpose is that I want to make a camera system that you can use both for 2D movement and 3D movement and make it completely dynamic without triggering, without switching modes, anything. It can automatically decide what you want to see and work properly as you expect. So when you walk to the sides, it will do the classic boxing of the camera that 2D games does. The 2D boxing means that there is an invisible box around the screen where the player will go to the edge of that box to make sure that there is more space in front of him than in his back. So the player can anticipate better whatever comes towards him. and the camera, from one side the camera goes here and the camera goes there, and when you look directly down, the camera will also moves down, and the camera will also moves up, so you can use this for 3D games, side-scrolling games, top-down games, all dynamically. When you are looking from the back, the camera also it gets close when you walk in front, so you can get a better view from what's far away. And when you walk back, the camera also improves the distance, so you can you can see better what's on the back of the camera. And there is also the classic thing of making the player invisible when the camera gets too close. And when you jump on a platform, well, you have already seen that the camera is on the floor, but when you jump on a platform, the camera adjusts its weight automatically. And some other things I've implemented is when you fall down, there's a little animation that plays when you fall down. The player the player curves his back and tries to regain his equilibrium. And at first he just does the movement. When you go a little higher, you do the sound effect. And when you do even more higher, the player will actually put his hands on the ground to absorb the impact. And when you go really, really higher, you will get damage. So here you can see the difference, and the difference between walking up and down a staircase and walking up and down a ramp. In a ramp, you will still get sliding down, but on a staircase, you will stop. And here there is something I'm not sure if I will finish implementing, because it's just there's so many things to fix in the regular walking movement that I'm not sure if I will be able to spend the time to implement proper swimming. But there's a little swimming animation I've just hacked up here. It's just something very basic. It doesn't, you can't jump out of water properly or anything. So it's not, I'm not sure if I will finish implementing this. And yeah, I guess this is all for now. And yeah, this is the player also uses a two-part body. because you can do unsynchronized torso and legs movement. Let's show this here. When an enemy gets close to the player gets scared. So so you can actually go around running and your legs will still move as they should while you try to escape from enemies. And I guess this is all.